Welcome back to the channel, guys. So this is a long overdue updated Malt Monday video. And normally on Malt Monday, I would kind of preview a new whiskey that I haven't reviewed before, or something I've just recently acquired. But I thought I'd do it a little bit differently today, and answer a question that somebody recently asked me, is why do I smoke cigars and why do I drink whiskey? So for today's video, I am enjoying a glass of Chevec. It's one of the few blends I have. It's a blend of Highland, Islay, and Speyside whiskey, and it's bottled at 40%. So I'm not adding any water to this. Bottled at 40% and unchill filtered, which is always good. It doesn't indicate on the bottle though whether or not caramel color has been added. I like to think not. What do you think? And with the Chevec, I am enjoying a Rocky Patel vintage 1990 Churchill. So this will take me a good hour and a half, a little bit longer to enjoy. So why do I drink whiskey and enjoy cigars? I mean, I didn't always like cigars. It was something I grew into in my later adult years, and same as whiskey. I think with whiskey, my first experience with it was, fairly young, hanging out with friends. Somebody got their hands on a bottle and didn't like the taste, just burned. I think it was a Johnny Walker. I think I must have been about 15, and I really didn't enjoy it, and that put me off whiskey for, I think, a very, very long time. It was a friend of mine a dear friend of mine, a great friend of mine, who some years ago introduced me to a whiskey he was enjoying, and I fell in love with it. I thought it was fantastic. It was a great whiskey. It turned out to be a Dalmore 12-year old. I've developed a little bit, or my tastes have kind of evolved a little bit since that first sip of Dalmore, but it is still a whiskey I really, really do enjoy. So why do I smoke cigars and drink whiskey now? There's not one simple reason why. There's a collection of things. I think there is one big overarching reason, and I'll get to that in the end. I'm really attracted and really interested in the heritage and the stories behind whiskey and cigars. A lot of my other videos, I talk about heritage products such as Cheney shoes, the florist's perfume shop in London, and just the methods of production, they haven't changed in hundreds of years. The craftsmanship, the artisanship, the dedication and the passion of the producers, of the distillers, of the cigar rollers. They're real passion products, and I just enjoy the history and the tradition and exploring that. I mean, they're fantastic products to do that around. So I love the tradition, I love the stories, I love the history. But what they really give me is, it's one of the few times I can really, really just stop and put the world to rights. So when I do drink a whiskey, I don't really measure it, but this will last me a couple of hours. It's a series of sips. So that will last me a couple of hours. I don't mix whiskey. I like to experience the flavors on the, what it's like on the nose, on the palate, the finish. I do like to research the history of each distillery as well. And I might only have one or two a week. It's not something, I mean, I have a fairly large growing collection, but it really might only be something that I enjoy once or twice a week. I have to really, I want to dedicate the time for enjoying it. I won't finish a day at work and say, oh, I need a whiskey and chug a whiskey. It's something that I will only do when I've really got the time to stop and enjoy it. And the same for cigars. What cigars give me, you can't rush a cigar. You absolutely cannot rush a cigar. I'm not one of those guys, I think we've all seen them walk around with a fat, chewed up stogie in their mouths. That's not what I do. It's only when I have the time to really stop and kick back is when I'll cut and light a fine cigar. It gives me, I think it's because I can't rush it. It's because you need to make the time that it forces me to stop, to slow down. And I've likened it to, honestly, it's a form of therapy. It's I don't like to do anything else when I'm enjoying a cigar and having a whiskey. I just like to focus on the flavors, the smells, the aroma, the being enveloped in the smoke, uh, um, and how the cigar evolves throughout the course, of smoking it. It truly is, I think, a time when, especially, I know for me, but I think for a lot of guys who also enjoy cigars and girls, brothers and sisters of the leaf, they will often say the same things. It's one of the few times you can just put the world to one side and just truly relax. And I can't think of two better things to do it with: a beautiful cigar and a fine whiskey. I work literally 7 days a week. I'm up often around 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I start work, I hit the gym, I come back, I work again. I'm doing Zoom calls with clients, so my days are full. So it's the opportunity I get to stop and do this, on a beautiful evening, sitting outside on the deck. Um, it's I can't think of anything more relaxing. I mean, doing this in the hot tub as well. I mean, that's next level. But I don't go on my phone. I don't scroll. I might read a book, but it's just quiet time. It's just when I can just smoke this and try to put the world to right in my mind. I do really enjoy having a cigar and a whiskey with a good friend, but often we'll sit there in silence, just enjoying each other's company, enjoying the whiskey, enjoying the cigar, or having a thoughtful conversation. There's nothing rushed about it. There's nothing fake. It's just pure for me. Again, therapeutic relaxation. So that's why I smoke cigars and whiskey. The history, the stories, the traditions, but really importantly, it's the time they give me just to kick back and do absolutely nothing. So, on that note, I am going to kick back and enjoy this Rocky Patel and my Chevek. And I wish you all a fantastic evening. Slancha, cheers, and I will see you on the next video.